Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to the next episode of Ask Pat or the Income Stream. Hey, they're both one and the same here today because I'm going to be answering as many of your questions as possible. Before we get to questions, I do have some fun surprises for you, and I'm really excited to talk about it. So let's have a great show. Thanks for being here today. Stick around to the end because we have a lot to talk about. And thanks again for being here. Here we go.
This is the income stream to help you achieve your dream, all while we keep it clean. This is the income stream. It's the kind of show where you can come and go, but then you leave inspired with no fee required. The income stream with Pat Flynn.
Okay, thanks again for coming in today. I appreciate you. Stephanie says, yay, we love surprises. What's up, Nilufar? Great to see you here. Bernard, Scooby Life, Asma. We got Ryan in the house. Bill, Shonda. I see Sue also. Thanks again for coming in, everybody. Appreciate you. I need to change my audio really quick so that I can. It's actually going through where it should be. Although I think it's okay. So I want to put on some music first, and this is courtesy of Harris Heller from Stream Beats. I'm gonna pop this on here. And I have it down a little bit. Sorry if it came in a little loud. Let me know if the sound levels are okay. And actually, in fact, I think I can do this a little bit better because it is quite loud on my end. I can hear it though. Let's see. There we go. There. I'm less able to hear it now, and we should be good. Cool. Adam, what's up? Welcome in. Thanks. So let's talk about some things real quick. I have some special things I want to share with you, and it's coming from you. So I got a bunch of packages in the mail yesterday, many of them from some of you. So first of all, Uncle Bill, I see yours here, and it literally says Pat's Eyes Only. So I don't know if you want me to open this live here or you want me to open it later, but I'd be more than happy to open it here in front of everybody. I won't obviously reveal any addresses or anything like that. But I thought this would be really fun. So I wanted to share some fan mail, if you will. Let's just call it fan mail. So I have a nice little letter here that I opened yesterday. I want to read this off to you. This is from Heather. And Heather, if you're here, thank you again so much. This says, thanks for doing the income stream every day since the start of the pandemic. I can't attend all of them, which is totally cool. But especially in the early days, the ones I did attend have done a lot to keep my spirits up and motivate me. I also have learned a lot about what makes a good live stream. Team SPI. Thanks for creating and running SPI Pro. It's great to have access to talk with other committed entrepreneurs in a safer space than Facebook. I can't wait to see what else you do with it. Cool. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Heather, and thank you for being a member here and also a part of SPI Pro. If you want to check out SPI Pro, smartpassiveincome.com/pro if you want to see that membership site and join an amazing community. I have another letter here. This one is from somebody, and I'll mention it in just a minute here, but this is what the cover looks like, which is pretty cool. And this says, hey Pat, this is a small gift, appreciation from Aaron and Chad, the Nordic Hunter, which you might remember the Nordic Hunter here in the chat every once in a while. Sent at Chad's request, thanks for all you do, hope you enjoy. Adam, these are our creations. And here I found this, which was really cool. This is really cool. This was inside. Also, this really fun sticker. Actually, can I match this up to my head? Look at that. Okay. Pat, what was your email? Pat@patflynn.com if you want to check it out. So here we go. We got a couple cards inside the mail. No, they're not Pokemon cards, but check this out. The International Society of Time Travelers. I don't know what this is for, but it's pretty dope. Although it says Emmett Brown down here, which is pretty dope. This is to certify that such and such has paid membership dues to December 31st, 1927. Okay, that's really cool. And here's another card. International Society of Time Travelers, and this is, of course, the Doctor Who time travel booth, which is pretty dope. What's up, Tina? Good to see you in the house. Thank you so much for coming in. We're just sharing some fan mail today. And this one was from Adam and Chad. Adam and Chad, thank you so much for the thank yous. I appreciate that. All right. Bill says, if you could open before bottom of the hour, that would be great, as Uncle Bill is jetting to vet at 1:30 to get second verdict on my cat dying. Oh no. Uncle Bill, I'm so sorry to hear that. We had just lost our puppy a few months back, and I know exactly how you feel. And I hope everything's okay, and I wish you and your family all the best. I'm so sorry to hear about that. But we're here for you, Uncle Bill, and I'll definitely open it very soon here. I'll save it for last because it's my favorite box for sure. I mean, look at this. It says literally Pat's eyes only, which is kind of the opposite of what I'm doing right now, but he gave me permission. So anyway, I got this package in the mail. This one was sent to me, and there's something inside. So this says, hey, Pat, little note here. Hey, Pat, I just started my own business journey and came across you on YouTube. So much good info and a big fan of the income stream and Iron Man helmet in the back. See that right there? I thought the products I have just launched may be useful on the road. Enjoy. So we got a little thing from FlexVerk here, which looks like to be a laptop case, if you will. Yes, I noticed the font, Back to the Future font. That's so cool. And I also noticed that there's this little pocket here, which I think would have then allow me to sort of create a nice little stand, which is pretty neat. So I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. So a little bit of incline, better for the ergonomics. I love it. Thank you so much for this. That is from Kyle Jesse, founder of flexvert.com. Very cool. All right, next we have, I don't know if she's here right now, but we have a package from our very own K-Walk Comedy. Kathy, thank you so much, Kathy. I left my scissors on the other side. I might have to get them for Bill's package because it's taped up really well. So this is from Kathy here. And I see some stuff. I also, I see some pens, different colored pens, which look real nice. And it says, Kathy Walker, year of APing dangerously. So assistant principal type stuff is what she does. She offered a t-shirt as well, which is pretty cool. Let's see what this says. It says, pop culture kid. Yes, I like this shirt. One who knows music, movies, television, games, trivia, stuff. Pop culture kid. Love it. K-Walk, thank you so much for this. This is amazing. Yay. Perfect for the new MacBook 15. Yes, when it comes out, for sure. Thank you so much for the shirt and your kind note. I didn't read this one yet, so I might not read it out loud, but I just want to say thank you for this. From the desk of Principal Walker. That's so cool. Thank you, Kathy. I cannot say how much you and the income stream have helped my mental health during the quarantine and beyond, etc. I'll read this more in depth later, but Kathy, thank you so much. I appreciate you for taking the time. This is my favorite thing to do is see how we've been able to make an impact on each other's lives here, and I think that's amazing. So thank you for the shirt. That means the world to me. Thank you, Kathy. Seriously, not necessary, but again, I appreciate it so much. So this one here is from, let's see, I can't, something Jones. Is this Eric Jones, or Terry Jones, Tevi, Levy? We'll see when we crack this open. But I do see a couple books here, which is really neat. What's up, Martin? Good to see you here. And again, Kathy, thank you so much. Thanks from me and my brother and our Saturday show. Amazing. Okay, so we got some children's books, and it looks like I can now see the person's name here. Evie Jones, who is an author of this book. EEVI Jones, thank you so much for this. Pat plus Team SPI, and this one is, I love this. Look at this is for my kids. For Kailani, for Keone, from Colin, or Kane Jones. It must be Evie's son. And I'm gonna save this note for the kids. I'm not even gonna open it, that's for them. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. Nice little seal on the back here, which is really neat. Let's open this up real quick and see what these are about. Dear Team SPI, so this isn't just for me, but I'm sure you get loads of thank you notes, but wanted to take this opportunity to thank you for all you do and have done within as well as outside of this community. This book reads Seeking Help. So I think there's a book here. So we got a couple books here. In fact, Totally Spooky Writing Prompts. Story starters that spark kids' imagination and help them develop a love for writing. Yo, this is from your kid, Kane. Kane is an author. I cannot wait. How cool is that? Kane, let's see if we can get that focused. There we go. Kane Jones, author, kid writer, grades 3 to 6, totally spooky writing prompts. That's awesome. I love that. And then, of course, his mom, I believe, right there, Evie Jones. And this book is called The Magic of Choice, My Powers Within. That sounds right up my alley. Thank you for this. And being an SPI Pro has taught me what it is, that it's okay to ask for help. I'm beyond grateful for you in this community. I hope that once the world returns to normal, you find a place for this on your coffee table in your shared space, because I'm sure I'm glad my choices made me or led me to you guys. Merry Christmas, guys. Dear Pat, my son wanted to share this writing prompt with Keone and Kalani. Kane hopes they love it and don't get too spooked by his writing. Awesome. Thank you so much for that. That is amazing. And definitely points for wrapping up each book. So this one's from Kane, who is Evie's son. And that is really cool. And Evie herself, the author of this book, with this kind little note. So thank you. I appreciate you for that. Okay, we got a couple more things. We got something from Ina here. This is Ina, and I think she's been in the chat every once in a while, but, oh no, this is where this comes from. So first of all, I see this in here, and I'm like, oh, what is this? Does this person know who I am? Because sometimes I get gifts from people who send very generic things. I've gotten perfume before. I am not somebody who wears perfume, by the way, and that's what reminded me of this, but I'm going to open this real quick because I do see that this is very specific to me, in fact, and actually the pink is part of her brand, and it stands out. I mean, the packaging, I mean, just look at that, pink packaging, which is really cool. And let's see. We know this is because look at this. There she is. So this is her podcast, a little note from Ina. It says, thank you for being a gracious guest and for all the lessons for the past decade. Wishing you and your family all the best in 2021. Thank you, Ina. This is great. And it also comes with this interesting magnet with my face on it. I don't think I've ever had a magnet with my face on it, but it has a quote from me. This is pre-COVID Pat. You can tell because there is no beard on there. It says, the passive income part is beautiful because it allows you to get time back. I think we all should have reasons why we want to do things. And for me, it's definitely family. Episode 3 of the Global Phenomenon podcast. Thank you, Ina. That's really cool. And it looks like I also have a mask. When life hands you lemons, inspire the world to make lemonade. There we go. And it fits. Fantastic. That's cool. What's up, Network Chuck? Good to see you. Perfume. Yes, I have gotten perfume before. But Ina sent me something very personalized, and I love it. Thank you, Ina. Very cool. Very cool. Again, gifts aren't necessary, guys. The best gift you can give me is just, number one, being here and sharing your time with me, supporting the channel in whichever way you'd like, and that means the world to me. 2 more packages here that I see. This one is from Ryan, who I believe is in the house right now. Ryan Hare, H-A-R-E. And I'm going to open this real quick. And I see a nice little note here. Now, I'm not going to read this. This looks quite long, and that's okay. Just, I wanted to send you this letter and gift to show my appreciation for all you've done and how I found you. So I'm not going to read this whole thing because I'm sure it's potentially personal, especially with how long it is. But I'm definitely going to read that. But there is also included a shirt, which check this out. This is sick. I don't have this shirt yet. And it's Biff's. This is sort of post second timeline 1985, where Biff is, waxing George's car. That's so cool. Thank you, Ryan. This is really great. I do not have this. I will wear it for sure. And there's a lot of story behind this, which is really cool. So thank you so much, Ryan. That's amazing. I love it a lot. And then finally, we have the package from Uncle Bill here, which says Pat's Eyes Only, as well as Bio Lock. And it is locked up pretty tightly. So I got to find a way to open this real quick here, because I didn't have my knife with me up here or my scissors. So that's kind of a problem, but that's okay. Biff's, that's cool. Yeah, super cool. Okay, so I'm gonna open this down here just in case. Plus, I don't want to show any addresses or anything like that. Okay. Now, if it's appropriate, I'll show you what I see. This is the first thing that popped in. Back to the past. Look at the little cuts on the outside there. Didn't have to go this route, Uncle Bill. All right, sweet. Check this out. Pat Flynn from Santa, open first. Boom, got a nice little stocking. So this potentially came in a lot earlier, and I didn't get to it until now, which is really cool. Let's look inside here. We got a nice little gift. Look at that, from Santa. Thank you, Santa. Appreciate the gift. Uncle Bill on behalf of Santa, I guess. This says open last, which I will. And I don't think there's anything else in here. And again, thank you for the box. I think that's really creative. Cool. So I'm going to open the gift from Santa first. I don't know what it is. So let's see. Yeah, I found it looking for t-shirts for my boys at Christmas. Got one for him, and then I got one also. Nice. Ooh, okay. Actually, this this might relate to something that happened on the stream earlier. I don't know who it was. Was it Sue or Wendy or somebody had told me to move the microphone or the light or something, and then it broke my clamp. And Santa knew that I needed a new clamp. So look at that. I got a clampette, which is a little clamp that I can clamp something on, and it has a little screw up here to add something, which is really nice. So this is kind of exactly what I need. And I like the angle on this one too. I actually might use this for, I've never seen one like this. So here's how it works. You screw your desk in here, and that holds it tight to the table. And then this actually can pivot. I haven't seen one with a pivoting arm like that too. Wow, Uncle Bill, tell Santa I said thank you, because that's actually very, very useful. I actually need that. There is a story behind the clampette. Yes. Oh, was it Kathy? It was Kathy who broke it. Kathy. I knew it was somebody, but you see, I didn't remember exactly who. It wasn't that traumatic, but that was super funny. I do remember that, actually. That's really cool. Made in the USA. Love it. Okay, this one says open last. And I'm going to open this, and wow, okay. So here's what I see. I see a SD card, a note, a little booklet. Made in the USA, baby. So I don't know what's on this SD card. It could be anything, and I'll have to check that out later. I'm not going to check it out live with everybody. The famous little red book that makes your dreams come true. Nice little pamphlet there, and I'm looking forward to diving into that. Thank you, Uncle Bill. It works. All who joy would win must share it. Happiness was born a twin. Byron. And a nice little sort of motivational instructional book, and then a little note here, and I'd love to just see what this says really quick. Just a little thank you for all you do from Santa and me. Thank you, Uncle Bill. That's cool that you have just ties into Santa. I love that. Call if you have any questions. I've already done deep dives on clampette history. Bought mine in the early 80s. Chip is a short book article, and 5 Laws of Money. Good stuff. Thanks again, warmly, Bill. Oh, 20 seconds idea on the back of my card. Oh, 20-second idea on the back of your card. I like the journey that you're taking me on. This is really cool. What's up, Jimmy? Good to see you here. I'm opening my last piece of fan mail here, and this one's actually from one of our very own who's here in the chat with me right now, Uncle Bill. Bill Dube, thank you so much for this. Uncle Bill, okay, I'm reading this idea. Thank you for that. Thank you. I'm not going to share that out loud because that is something that, in fact, is in alignment with something that me and Caleb have actually talked about. So appreciate that, and that's going to just be between you and me, Uncle Bill. I'm going to leave the rest to guess what that was about. So anyway, thank you so much for that. I appreciate you for all those amazing gifts and the just, you know, the support. That's incredible. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so we are not going to show the camera today with how many questions we get through because we're just going to breeze through it and get into it right now. I don't want to even spend the time to set it up because I'm here to spend time to answer your questions as quickly as possible. We got Pokey Kobe in the house. We got Dawn, Rob, Inspirational by Marie, and Michael, Man, and several other friends here too. Thank you for those gifts. That means the world to me, truly. Like, that's my favorite thing to do, is see those things. And that is what I look for. That's what I know will help ensure that I remain doing the right things. If I'm not getting the ability, or if I'm not doing things to get to the point where people feel like they have to write a thank you note back, then I'm probably not doing things that are impactful enough. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What's up, Kit? Good to see you here. Asian My Show, Tina. All right, let's start answering questions here. And by the way, if you have a question, Tina, I'm going to answer yours first. But if you have a question, type in the word question followed by your question, and that way I can be more likely to see it. And if I seem to skip over it or whatever, you're welcome to ask it again. Just don't spam it, but just give it some time. And again, I'm so sorry I won't be able to get to everybody, but I'm going to do the best I can, which is all we can do, right? Tina says, and thank you for the super chat, or the sticker, Uncle Bill. Any advice for a stay-at-home mom on how to start thinking of ways, ideas on how I can earn some income from home while taking care of my child with special needs? Thanks. So thank you for sharing this, Tina. And I think a lot of people who maybe aren't necessarily in the same position as you have definitely the same need or want. Whatever it is that they want to spend time taking care of, whether it's themselves or somebody else, we need to potentially look for ways and avenues of income on the outside to see how we might be able to support those things, right? And so business and anything really comes down to what can you do to provide value to others, right? And with that value that you offer to others, in whatever way, shape, or form that might be, it can always come back in different kinds of ways. Whether that is indeed money and support in that way, or by sharing, or even additional support for whatever it is that you're doing. So there's a bunch of ways that obviously we can make money online, but the easiest and quickest way for you to understand what works for you and to get those dollars coming in sooner would be to consider a specific group of people. Maybe it's something related to what it is that you have experience with, and reach out and see what those people might need help with. You might find that there's people specific to the situation that you have at home who might feel lonely and who might just need somebody to chat with. And perhaps there's some information that you have experience with that you could then share with others. And instead of trying to build a website and trying to kind of create a business card and like doing all these things, like skip all that. Let's just go find those people who might need help and see what they might need help with. And the more you can lean into that, the more that it's going to become obvious where you might be able to lend a hand. And when you can save people time, when you can save people money, when you can make people feel like they are part of something, they're also more likely to be able to get to the point where they would want to support you and or pay for those offers and services. So that's kind of where I would start on a quick level. Obviously we could talk the entire stream about this, but Tina, I want to move on to other questions. But hopefully this at least gets you thinking and realizing that you don't have to have 1 million subscribers, 1 million followers, 1 million people on your email list, or a blockbuster hit. You just need to start with helping one person get something that they didn't have before. And as Zig Ziglar once said, you can never be poor helping other people get what they want. So the most important part that is, well, what do other people want? And then start there. So thank you so much for that question, by the way. All right, more questions coming in. I see them. Thank you so much. And let's see. We got Miss Boyce. What is your favorite movie besides Back to the Future? As mine is Richie Rich. Oh, no way. Richie Rich, the one with Macaulay Culkin? No, it wasn't Macaulay Culkin. Or it was Macaulay Culkin, right? Where he was a rich kid but didn't have any friends. Therefore, he wasn't actually rich. And there was this sort of ragtag group of baseball players in the mid-city who he then became friends with, and back and forth, and all these fun things happen. That's a fun movie, actually. I love that. I'm definitely a big Star Wars fan, as you can tell. But actually, I do have some old school movies that I really enjoy that are meaningful to me because they are part of what I grew up with. And I grew up doing karate. I was a black belt in Taekwondo, and I was definitely into all those movies, from No Retreat, No Surrender to Kickboxer to Bloodsport and all these other sort of action type movies. Those are really meaningful to me. And let's see, might there be another one that might be surprising to you? You know what's another good movie that I really love? I really enjoy? It's actually Legally Blonde. I love that movie. It's so funny, and I love Reese Witherspoon, and the storytelling is super funny and clever, and I think it's a great story, and that's why I love Legally Blonde as well. I actually saw the Broadway play, or the stage play of Legally Blonde here in San Diego, and it's actually really, really well done. Mature Man says, did you use any software like Scrivener when you wrote your books? In fact, I actually tried. I tried to do Scrivener because that's what everybody else was using, and I didn't enjoy it. I just thought it was way too complicated, and I felt like when I was creating the outlines and I saw the cards and all the things that were like left to do that I hadn't even started yet, i.e. the chapters, the outlines, it was just so overwhelming to me to have it all there and stare me in the face and say, hey, you got a long way to go. And it wasn't until I hired a coach, Azul. You can find him at authorswholead.com. He and his partner, Steve, are doing an amazing job helping people write books. And if you want to learn more, authorswholead.com is definitely a place to go to. But I got coaching from Azul, and he basically said, well, how do you write blog posts? And I said, well, I actually write blog posts in Google Docs, but that's blog posts. Like, I need to do something for books because books are more of a big deal. And he's like, in the end it is, but as you're writing, it should be something that you're familiar with. So just use Google Docs. And so that's exactly what I did. And I started to gain steam from there, for sure. Question from Fit Over 50. Do you recommend checking the Show Hover Card box in the end screen section? Show Hover Card box in the end screen section. I don't necessarily know what that is exactly, to be honest. I know in the end screen, it's important to have sort of spaces for your other videos because you want people to go from one video to the next. But what is Show Hover Card YouTube? Let me see what that is. I'm not necessarily sure what that is, to be honest. Let me see if I can just check out image. Oh, no, not images. Okay. So the hover card is like when you hover over the image and or subscribe circle, then the card that hovers over the screen shows up. Yeah, I mean, I think it's actually quite useful because what it does, it's almost like when you scroll your mouse over a link on a website, it changes color just to denote that like, okay, now's your time to take the action. And I think that can go a very long way. So, worth experimenting with over time. You can see which one works better or not, but I think just having them on doesn't hurt. Let's see. Nilufar says, what Google extension can show us website visit? So there isn't really, I mean, I know SEMrush can give you an idea of website traffic. I know Alexa.com gives you an idea of how much traffic a website has versus others. There are keyword-based plugins and extensions like Keywords Everywhere that will tell you the volume for specific keywords within your search, but nothing that I know of trafficked as far as off the top of my head, although there are websites that you can go to clearly see a guesstimate on the volume of traffic that a website's getting. And SEMrush would be the one that I would start with. I think you get a few free tries to go in there. And I think Neil Patel has a search engine optimization tool that you might be able to get some experience with as well that can teach you and tell you some of those same things too. All right. Question from CV. How do you take care of your physical health? What's your regular routine, especially through 305 days of daily streaming and 60 more ahead? Yeah. Oh, exactly 60, in fact, which is pretty cool. So we're 2 months away from day 365. That's going to be a fun celebration. I'll have to plan something huge, even though we are already going to do 365 minutes of streaming, which would be pretty cool. So mental and physical health, they kind of go together, right? And so for me, number one, it's definitely getting enough sleep. I found that if I do have some projects that I'm working on and I only get a few hours of sleep, like it takes me a couple days to recover, especially at the age of 38 now. Before, when I was in college, I could stay up, and one time I stayed up for 72 hours straight. And yes, I did sort of oversleep and not go to graduation because of that, but I was more able to recover faster back then, not anymore. So sleep is really important. But for physical fitness, it's getting at least a walk in every day is most important. But 3 days a week, I actually work with a trainer who lives in Cincinnati, Ohio. He calls me on FaceTime at the same time 3 days a week, and I know to be ready in the garage. And he trains me for 30 minutes. We do a lot of HIIT workouts, high intensity training workouts, and some weights and some things like that. And that's something that helps me stay fit. And I think that's really important because if this body, this machine, if you will, isn't fit to then create, then how can I create and better serve you, right? So I think it's important to help yourself and stay physically fit. Doesn't mean you have to be ripped, but it just means, hey, are you positioning yourself in a way that allows you to better serve others? Because that's when then you can see the returns, right? Thank you for that question. I think that's really important for sure. And if you have made some goals here at the start of the year for your mental and or physical health, please stay with them as much as possible. Where did you get this, the we is greater than me shirt? That actually came from, I spoke at a mastermind group for Stu McLaren from Tribes. He is a wonderful friend of mine, somebody who owns a program that helps people build membership websites. He's been very influential for how our membership site looks like. And he has a community called, I think it's the Impact Community, and or the Impact Mastermind, and that's their shirt, we is greater than me. And that's one of my favorite shirts because it just basically says the thing I believe in, right? And it makes us all feel closer together. So, I mean, I don't think there's a trademark or anything like that. It's not for sale anywhere, but if you really, really wanted it, find Stu McLaren, like McLaren the car, and maybe he might have some for sale. I'm not exactly sure. All right, let's see. Legally Blonde, lots of Legally Blonde fans here. Fahad, question. And all the lovely for all the lovely people here too. I would like to get into selling online on Amazon. What resources do you recommend? I'm also extremely skeptical of all those Amazon FBA guru ads. Yeah, if you wanted to get a first sense of selling on Amazon, I've interviewed a number of people on the Smart Passive Income podcast. So if you actually go to smartpassiveincome.com, in the search bar and you type in Amazon FBA, for example, you're going to see a number of episodes, one of them in particular with a couple in episode 99 that I've heard years later that people, that was the episode that changed their lives, episode 99. Now, the environment has changed a little bit since then, but the approach is the same, this sort of retail arbitrage. And what they talk about is this idea of going to clearance aisles and stores in your local area or driving out and finding good deals. And you use the Amazon Seller app to scan the items in the store that then tell you how much they're selling for online on Amazon. And it was really interesting because there's so many things that are much cheaper in an actual store that are going for, sometimes 2 or 3 times more on Amazon because people don't mind paying to have it shipped directly to them. And I experimented with this. I made about a couple $100 in a week trying it, but it was definitely a lot of work. It's not something that can happen overnight. You have to get approved and you have to kind of understand what works and what doesn't. But that episode with Cliff and Jessica LaRue can definitely help you. And there's some other people. There's several other ones that I've interviewed that go beyond just the retail arbitrage. They actually then either get stuff on Alibaba or they white label things. They get them shipped over to a drop shipper or even their own place with storage in their basement or garage, and then they ship them out themselves, but they can charge a premium because they're getting them at wholesale price. Like this is kind of crazy. So definitely worth experimenting with, and I think that I would recommend trusting anybody who's been on the Smart Passive Income podcast with regards to Amazon if they claim to be an expert in that, right? All right, Gail's asking a really good question here. So Gail says, question, are you editing your Pokemon channel videos? I am not. I have hired somebody, a good friend of ours, in fact, Dan Patrick Norton, who you might recognize that name. He has been somebody who's been here in the lives every once in a while. And he reached out to me and we worked out a deal together where he and his team are helping with the editing. And as you can tell, the editing is top notch and I'm so happy. But as far as like the notes I'm giving them, let me give you an example. I'm actually scripting a video right now and I'll show you what those notes look like. Let's see if I can actually find them. Actually, I might have them on my phone because I was just like literally on the toilet and thinking about this and I was just writing, sorry, TMI. Okay, so here I have like a script of what I'm going to say. And here's like, it's not going to sound great because I'm just reading it off. So in this box, I have a set of 4 Pokemon booster packs from the year 2016. Can you guess what set it's from? Zoom in. Let me give you some clues. Clue number 1, please put on screen. It was printed for the 20th anniversary of Pokemon. Clue number 2, the set primarily contains reprints of cards. Clue number 3, it is not XY Evolutions, parentheses, put meme of, are you serious right now? So I'm adding parentheses on just ideas that I have to add pattern interrupts or where I really want zooms to go in and things like that. I have another thing here that says like, well, don't you want to know what it is? First, let me show you. Music builds, opening box from top, and then I say what the set is, and then I go to B-roll from here and make it look really good, right? So that's kind of what I am offering my editor as far as kinds of the things that I'm sharing so that the vision that I have for like the rhythm and the cadence and the sort of just energy of the video can go out. There's another part actually that I'll show you. There's a part where I'm going to be mentioning in PokeKobe. I'm wondering if you, oh, I see. Okay, you got a super chat. I appreciate that. Oh, new avatar, by the way. That's sick. I really like that. We need to chat. I'll answer your question in just a minute. But there is a part here, here, where I reveal some parts of my collection, and I go, okay, parentheses, music transition, close-up shots with music only, slower, sexy music, and I'll get up close with my fingers, running down the side and touching the pieces, and then cut out blank screen where I say, sorry, this is supposed to be a family-friendly channel. Kind of like there's going to be a part in this video where it's like I'm talking about this thing, and it's a really nice-looking box, so I'm going to like get really close with the camera, and it's going to be like boom, 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 chicka, bow, wow, like kind of stuff, and then I like cut out, and it's going to sorry, this is a family-friendly channel. So that's kind of a little bit of a understand. Like that's my notes. Like I'm just kind of thinking out loud and adding it in the notes so that they can go from there. Okay, so let's answer PokeKobe's question here. With XY Evo booster boxes. So that's a set that was printed 5 years ago for the 20th anniversary. That is very popular right now. They were sold at retail for $79, $80 back in 2016. They're going for $800 to $1,000 now, chat, which is pretty crazy. But should I still tackle this 16-box, 16-person winner-takes-all tournament? If you had the boxes already, I think it would make the tournament even more interesting. However, if you don't have the boxes already, I would potentially wait until the prices come back down. I do feel like they are eventually going to come back down, but then they might go back up even more. It might be worth, with how expensive it's going to be for the participants, potentially doing a different set. That is a good question. That's going to be really up to you, Pokekobe, but those are just my thoughts. I think that many people might want to get that XY box and hold on to it, right? Because of the value and what it is. And once we crack it open, and there's no guarantee, and that's a lot of money that people might be losing as a result of that. I only secured 6. I need 10 more. Oh no. I mean, you could literally sell all 6 of those and then have enough money to get like 3 Vivid Voltage tournaments in the same way. Just followed Pat on Twitch. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Question, are you on Twitch? And if so, are you a gamer? I am on Twitch. My kids and I game every once in a while, although we've been taking a break on that to focus on more things that we can do together as a family as a whole, because my wife wasn't really included in that. But we are really excited for potentially more of that, and you can find us at Hot Coals Only on Twitch so that you can get notified the next time we go live. We play some games, Fortnite, Among Us, those kinds of things were really cool. Tech says, a bit of questions for sports cards and Pokemon. Where's the best way to get cards and sell cards? I know there's eBay, but is there a better source to get cards? Facebook has actually been really, really good for a lot of people, and a lot of people have been really enjoying that because it's a little bit, you get access to things that you don't necessarily get on eBay. There's not necessarily the same kind of fees involved. I also think that if you are involved in certain forums or communities, I know that there's a place on Reddit where people are selling cards, and there's a way to sort of vet people and make sure that everything is secure on there as well. So definitely search around and keep asking other people. Again, I'm pretty brand new to the space, so I don't know a ton of different resources, but I'm definitely involved in eBay and Facebook right now too. Be careful with Craigslist. There's a lot of scammers out there for sure. Bill, thank you so much. Best of luck to you and your cat. I'm so sorry to hear, and I hope that he or she's okay. Cool. Question from Dawn. Did you ever establish which episode was your very first live? Was it the one with your son after that one? I don't know. I'd have to go back and explore, and maybe I might be able to do this live while chatting here, but let me go into my YouTube studio. It should be like, if I go Pat Flynn day 1, I'm assuming that day 291. Yeah, it doesn't. Maybe if I put day 1 in parentheses, let's see. Nope, that's not working. Okay, well, let me see, because I think that this is important. We need to go back in time, and I love, of course, going back in time. But I'm going to go into my dashboard here, and maybe this will be fun to just look at, because then we can see sort of like what's been happening. Also, we can get an update on that $100,000 or 100,000 view video that we want. We have 82,000 views on that video right now. The one that we specifically planned for. We made sure to script the intro, get the hook right, get the thumbnail right, and it's been working really, really well, which is really cool. So let's go to live, and let's see if we can't find exactly sort of where we're at here. So I want to show way more per page. And so what's that? 6 pages down at 50. Let's see if this actually works live. It might not, because we are live right now, so it might be taking a little bit more time. Well, in the meantime, as that's loading and as I explore that, I can definitely answer more questions for you for sure. So let me bring up the chat and see if there's any questions. The one with your son was impromptu, and the one holding your head addressed COVID challenges. Cool. I'll have to check for sure. But wow, it might be a trip to go and watch that first one for sure. Thanks, man. That actually helps. I think I'll do Vivid. Final 2 people get a box of Evo each. Ooh, that's nice. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, from Jonathan. I know how you've always felt about podcasting, but after having streamed daily for 10 months, would you still prefer audio only, or is there room in your mind for video podcasting? I think that if I had the resources and time, or really felt like it was worth doing, I think turning on the camera while podcasting could be interesting. But man, the audio show is reached way more people. It's being watched for way more minutes. And the only thing that the audio show does not have is this core community. And yes, it's a big community. We have hundreds of people come in every single day, people who have baked this into their daily life, and I cannot thank you enough for that. But people have done the same thing with the podcast, but we don't have the connection with each other. You don't have the connection to each other here. And this is what's really exciting about Clubhouse. A lot of podcasters are using Clubhouse to connect with their audiences and get into direct contact with them, learn more about them, give access, etc. But right now, I still think podcasting would be the way to go if you have long form content. If you have long form content, podcasting in the audio format would be the primary place to put that. I would also suggest if you do happen to turn on the camera and record the whole thing, I would pop only the long form episodes in its own channel. And if you know you have a separate channel, which is going to have pre-recorded videos too, I would have that be separate. And that's where I would put the clips and the shorter things that are specific to a particular topic based on what people are searching for or other people's search histories. The algorithm is going to work in your favor in that way. But having the long form episode in a separate show would work. But for me and in my taste, I would want it to be beautiful looking. I know that might be just perfectionism talking, but I definitely want it to be something worth watching. And if there's no real reason to watch, then they might as well listen. But again, using the algorithm on those small clips to bring people into the main one could go a very, very long way. That's a great question, Jonathan. All right, let me keep scrolling down here and seeing, okay, next page. It's taking a little bit of time to load, but it's all good. Broderick says, I've got Pokemon cards somewhere in the abyss that is the garage. I would break them out, man. Some of these things are worth a lot of money today. Cards that were once, even like last week, cards that were once worth $4 to $10 are now worth hundreds, like just because of the way the market's working right now. It's kind of ridiculous. Question from Dawn yesterday from Kathy. Do you recommend pattern interrupts about every 15 seconds? You know, I wouldn't think about it like that. I wouldn't go, okay, there needs to be a zoom in or zoom out every 15 seconds in order for it to be useful or work. I think that what you need to do is you need to either watch the content, right? Or as you're scripting it, naturally you just get better at this over time. You get a sense, like a sixth sense for this stuff. But if you're watching your edit, right, and you're starting to phase out or you're starting to sort of like your mind's going elsewhere, then that probably is what's going to happen to your audience as well. And that could be a good indication to that point in the video. Just go right there, because sometimes you might be telling a story, and in that story, you just might have people, and there's no real reason to start like interrupt at that point because you already have them, right? If that makes sense. All right, let's keep scrolling down, scrolling. Isn't that a song? Rolling. All right, I'm in July right now. It's starting to move a little faster. Maybe because I'm not actually sharing the screen. All right, let's look at more questions. Question from Bernard. I have a small 3x3 meter room. So that's what, 9 feet by 9 feet. How can I make it more interesting for filming as a background? Floor space is limited. So you might want to get into a corner of the room and film to the other corner behind you. That way there's just a little bit more depth. Either that or just have like a bookcase or something. I think also the lens will matter, because the more wide angle the lens, the more of that room you'll be able to capture and the bigger it looks. But at the same time, I think some lighting can help. The lighting is going to do the best job for you. I've seen some people in a small little hallway in their house, which is maybe 1 meter wide, right? And they're literally sitting with the wall right behind them. But because they have a nice little frame behind them and the lighting is good, it makes them stand out. And that's really what you want the background to do, to have you stand out, right? The background isn't super important, although Fit Over 50's background crushed yesterday when we saw it, if y'all remember. So that was really cool, because then that in and of itself represented Fit Over 50, in my opinion, in a really, really nice way. But in addition to that, I don't think it's something that needs to be, you know, interior decoration professionals coming in to help manage. Just, you know, take some test shots, look at it, and the lighting is going to make the biggest difference for you, for sure, more than anything, really. All right, I'm in May now. Let's keep going. We're almost there. Wow, we've done a lot of live streams. I'm looking at how to end a video. We did a whole live stream about that, keeping people hooked, how to get more comments in a community. That one got a lot of comments, in fact. Let's see, camera presence. Okay, now we're in the part where I did not yet have unique thumbnails for each video. Because again, I was just approaching this with what's going to be easiest as possible. And so as you can see, income stream, April 24, April 23, April 22, April 21, April 20. And it wasn't until I actually had unique thumbnails for each that these videos started to get more momentum after. Because if a person comes here and they go, oh, okay, you talked about, actually, it literally was just Q&A the whole time. Look at that. there's no real reason to watch this later, right? Versus if you watch a video about how to get more comments and you look up how to get more comments and you see this video with thousands of views about getting more comments, then you're going to continue to watch that. So I was learning. I was learning as we went. Fit Over 50 says, is it generally best for the creator's face to be in the thumbnail, or are stock photos perfectly okay, or keep mixing it up? If you are the person that people are listening to and looking for advice from and inspiration from, then it would definitely make sense to put your face on there. And that's what people want. Stock photos, unless it's the right one, it might actually just look a little generic. Now, I have a video that has no faces on it, and it was a stock photo. And the title of this video was, 10 pandemic-born ideas for your next business or something like that. So something of that nature, like new ideas that didn't exist before the pandemic, right? And the thumbnail was a stock image of 5 doors that were open and a piece of text that says, like, new opportunities that didn't exist. And the new doors being like, or the open doors being like, hey, there's new doors and new opportunities coming about. And that video has over 500,000 views. So that's not to say you always have to follow this rule of putting your face on there, but I do find that in general, when you put your face on there, and I've noticed this in the Pokemon community for sure, these videos with faces on them, they just capture people's attention. And it's hard because you don't want to just do what everybody else is doing, but at the same time, there's probably a reason why they're doing that. What's hard in the Pokemon space is a lot of the top creators are doing these like those kinds of videos, and I don't want to do that, but you kind of have to do it a little bit based on the psyche of the person who's watching. It's very interesting. It's such an interesting thing. All right, let's keep going here. All right, the first live stream. Wow, look at these live streams. This was from my old studio. Live from the new studio. I look like a DJ. All right. Live Q&A, 100 subscriber, live Q&A, podcasting versus YouTube, affiliate marketing, live stream reviews, submit your site. Here, Flynncast Day 1, March 16th, 2020. Wow. You guys want to watch that and just see what it's like? I kind of want to watch that. Would that be cool? That's why it's unlisted. What am I doing? Why is it so dark? What's up, everybody? Pat here. Welcome to Flynncast, which is the current name of this new show that's coming out. I don't even know if that's what it's going to end up being called, but I wanted to create this for a number of different reasons. I'm experimenting with some new devices here. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop that now. So hopefully this just shows you that the more you do something, the better you get at it. Number one. That's kind of crazy. Definitely into the TARDIS. Sorry. Just, it wasn't, I wasn't saying anything, really. And honestly, the only thing I heard myself say was like, hey, I'm just here experimenting with some new equipment. That's all. That's all. So don't worry about that. Wow, March 16th, 2020. Huge difference in lighting. Yeah, I made things a little bit brighter in here. Instead of pointing the light toward me, I actually have it pointing away, but it's blasted. And it's 100%, and then it's reflecting off, and it adds a little bit more of a nice, even tone on the face versus what you saw here, which was like, hey guys, I'm in this like movie, and you're now watching me. That plant behind me died, by the way. The beard was much less unruly. Yes, that is true too. It was just coming into play. Interesting. Okay, well, anyway, I think that's a little bit of a preview of some of the stuff that we might see on day 365, because I definitely want to dive in and critique how things have gone over time. And we'll pick some memorable episodes along the way and memorable moments. I have a few in mind already that we can pull out and have fun with and sort of... If that's day 1, we are actually on day 307. Is that true, Michael? I must have missed a number somewhere. I think there was one place where we skipped 1 or 2 on accident. So I might have to skip ahead. So 308 will be the next one, right? If that's true. Can we confirm that that's actually the case? I might have missed a couple days. Okay, I think I paused the YouTube playlist. Let's see. Should be going now. Okay, cool. All right. All right, you got any more questions? I just see we only have 9 minutes left. Somehow, we've already ended up 9 minutes left. Did you have the same question as me? That was Ligia? Poor plant. Oh, no, poor plant. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's see. DJ Lucky, right? Wow. You do know a lot about me. That's cool. Question, where's the bamboo from the early days? It's gone. It's gone. I had neglected it, unfortunately, and this was before I caught the gardening bug, and so I feel bad about that, because that's supposed to be like one of the easiest plants to take care of. Just add water, and I wasn't able to do that. That's my bad. Would have been cool if you were wearing the same shirt. Yeah, right? That would have been funny. All right. Time flies when you're having fun, for sure. Miss Boy says, you've gotten a lot more confident in the live stream. It's amazing. And it's interesting because, thank you for saying that, by the way. It's interesting because, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Something just came over me there. Whew. Okay. Yes, I've gotten a lot more confident, and it's interesting because that has played a role in how I've been on my podcast, how I've been on Clubhouse, how I've been when I've been invited to speak on virtual stages. Just showing up daily, which has very little risk. When you really think about it, there's a very little risk involved compared to the gains that you can get from it, from the audience to the relationships to the potential money to, of course, the confidence that you can build over time. It's definitely, it's been an amazing practice and something I'm very grateful to have done. And I can't thank you enough for inspiring me to keep going every day until we get to 365. So we need to, yeah, this is crazy. And again, after we go a full year, we're going to keep coming back. I do want to do this once a week at least. And maybe, I don't know, we'll see where it goes from there. But yeah, that felt good, says Jorge. Yes. Thank you. Excuse me. I believe he definitely has gotten better and more confident as good as any any of the TV guys doing talk shows. Bruh. Thank you, Don. That means a lot to me. Cool. So, yeah, I'm just very grateful. Again, I was trying to look for something, short, to the point, pithy to say. Some joke. That's the one thing. I found myself when I watch these live streams, sometimes I try to get too clever, and that's where I think sometimes we can fall into a trap. Like, we feel like we have to be too clever. Sometimes we just have to say what it is that we want to say. There was a question here from FitOver50. What do I do if I'm in a editing mental roadblock? I think it was. And that's a great question, because sometimes we just try to overthink it. And I think that if I were to offer any advice to anybody struggling with anything, trying to produce anything, would be to ask yourself this question. Okay, if this were easy, what would it look like, right? It's much better to just make it easy, get it out there, and then be able to continually improve over time versus never actually publishing something because you're trying to make it perfect, right? So I would say just get it out there if you can. Pat had a panda visiting, yes. The panda ate I was going to say homework, but ate my plant. I could see him trying to fit the word in. I try to not make it obvious when I'm trying to do it. Troy says, hey, Pat, have you noticed a significant steady increase in subscribers since going live daily? No, definitely not. And I'm working with a consultant right now to help me grow my channel. And the first thing he said was, so how much longer are you going to do these lives for? Really interesting, right? So again, we have an end date, March 16th, 2021. and I'm going to have to change the numbering a little bit because I think we may have skipped a couple days or doubled down on one of the days or something, or had 2 days the same in a row or whatever. So Michael, if you can confirm that day 365 will in fact be, well, based on the numbers, if tomorrow is 308, then you can let me know. But yeah, it's not something that's helped me grow, honestly. The live videos are seen mostly by subscribers, not in people's browse or home features. There are people who come in new every day, but a very small percentage. Most of the new people who find my channel every single day are coming from older videos that were published that are about very specific things based on the algorithm and what YouTube thinks people want to watch. And so I'm going to be creating more of those videos over time. And don't worry, I'm not going to, remove the quality that you're seeing here on the live stream. We will still continue to live stream every week. And I definitely want to also encourage you to watch the shorter form videos that come out 2 to 3 times a week. And we're going to put a lot of time and effort into doubling the size of the channel for sure. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting. And Kathy here says, I will be sad when the stream ends, but can't wait until conferences are back and I can meet all the good folks in here in person. Yeah. There will be some emails going out to those of you who have purchased tickets to FlynnCon, because there's been a lot of developments with my team and I and my event manager related to what we're going to do. We're also in talks with the hotel about certain things. Just to give you some insight, it's more than likely not going to happen this year again, because here in San Diego especially, the pandemic is causing a lot of problems and everybody's locked down. And it wouldn't be responsible to sell tickets to an event where we are not sure if we can 100% make sure people are safe. We can't encourage people to pay for plane tickets during this time. And it's hard because we have to start selling it now if we want to fill in seats later, but I just don't think that's responsible. So we're considering our next moves or what we're going to do. And again, it's not something that's easily transitionable into a virtual conference. It's just not that. So, I'm afraid that it's likely not going to happen this year. And I just wanted to be honest and upfront with you about that. But we're looking for ways to continue to, and again, second year in a row that we're going to delay it or cancel it entirely. And of course, we'll offer some sort of compensation for those who have already paid for tickets early at the early bird price. So again, very sad about that. And like Kathy, I cannot wait until we get to come back in person together somewhere, in some way, shape, or form. Even if it's not even an event, just like, hey, let's all go to this place on this day and hang out for a couple days and just chill and not even make a huge deal about the event part of it, but more about like the relationships and the chatting and the getting to know each other kind of thing. So yeah, that'd be cool. We'll see. UK resident here, full lockdown. Yeah, Celine, I'm so sorry. I feel you on that. Kids are virtually learning, and that's kind of hard. So day 365 will be March 15th. So March 15th, right? Because day 366 would mean the repeat day, right? So March 15th. So if I can get some clarification. Spring 2023 for conferences. Sorry, I know people will not want to hear this. Yeah, I think you're right, Lisa. I think you're right. I mean, even when people get the vaccine, there's still going to be an interesting sort of aura around large gatherings and such, and it's going to take some time. And I'm not in disagreement with you, Lisa. I hope it happens much sooner, but I wouldn't be surprised. Cool. All right, we'll figure out the numbering later. Today should be 308. Wow, are we 3 off? Have I doubled up that many times? 309 tomorrow. Okay, we'll rip the Band-Aid off and make tomorrow 309. And tomorrow, we're going to... 2020 was a leap year. I can't do this math right now, guys. It's Sunday. I need some help, chat. But first of all, thank you again so much for coming in today. And if this is your first day, amazing. Thank you and welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, so that we can continue to connect with each other. And that bell notification icon too, because not only are these lives going to continue at least through March 15th, which will be day 365, but more and more pre-recorded videos that are presented to help you build your business, live a balanced lifestyle, get some more time back, and also help more people at the same time. That's really what it's about. So we'll figure out the numbers later, but thank you all for the notes, and Uncle Bill, I know that you're not here right now, but thank you so much for the amazing stocking and the present from Santa and all this great stuff here. And everybody who's left me a note means the world to me. And I, again, let's all pray for Bill and his cat and its health. So, yeah, man, what a day. thank you so much. Mature Man says, I'm always super productive after these. Thank you. Yeah, I'm here to inspire you. You know, I might not have all the answers to all the questions, but I know at least this is a place where we can come together on the regular to get inspired, to move forward, and to together do what we can to help and serve others. And as a result, and as a byproduct, help ourselves too. So amazing job today. I'm going to turn the music off as we head into the outro. That hour went by so quickly. I'm still in disbelief. I thought we'd be going at it for another, what feels like another hour, but I guess not. All right, chat, thank you so much. Appreciate you for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's time, let me just look at the calendar. I know it is a holiday, so I'm just considering my start time and all that good stuff based on team meetings or when things are going to be canceled or not. So tomorrow, we're going to start at 11 a.m. Pacific. All right, 11 a.m. Pacific tomorrow is when we're going to start. That'll give us a little bit more room in the morning. And again, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern is when we're going to stream the next episode, which is going to be episode 309. So we're going to skip some numbers ahead. Don't be mad at me for that. We're just catching up based on doubling up back in the day. But I should be having like a spreadsheet or something to keep track. But thank you, chat, for helping me. Tomorrow will be 309, I believe, and we'll go from there. So, chat, thanks so much. You're amazing. Take care. I appreciate you so much. And as always, Team Flynn for the win.
This is the income stream to help you achieve your dream. All while we keep it clean. This is the income stream. It's the kind of show where you can come and go, but then you leave inspired with no fee required. The income stream with Pat Flynn.
Dude, Sunday afternoon naps sound amazing right now. Yeah, anyway, have an amazing day, the rest of your weekend. I'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, as we continue to help you out. And I'll pick a topic tomorrow that we can dive deep into, and I'm looking forward to that. So see you then. Thanks so much. Take care. Peace out. And as always, Team Flynn for the win.
Bruh.